it's half-assed by the only time that I be by your side. I only love it when you
What's going on today, guys? This is Aztecross. Hey, look, today we're going to be taking a look at this Taken shotgun stolen wield, which is actually being dropped here in the Nightfall this week. So if you didn't know about it, guys, grind out that Nightfall. I grinded it out on all three of my characters. Actually got it on my third try, and it's one of those things that you just would like to collect. It looks like a Taken gun. It's got the same cosmetic look to it. It looks pretty wicked. I can't lie to you there. Mine comes with void damage. I've really done a lot of research on this gun to see if it comes in any other damage type, but actually the void damage is pretty nice, just speaking from a PvE standpoint, especially when taking down Taken witches, because a lot of them do have those void shields. So it does a good job of doing quick work of them. Now this is what mine comes with: linear compensator, CQB ballistics, and soft ballistics. I just lean mine on linear compensator, just more predictable recoil. I would definitely have preferred maybe field choke on this, of course extending its range. Army of one, quick unassisted kill with this weapon, reduced grenade and melee cooldown. Not a bad little perk to have right there. High caliber rounds. I don't really like high caliber rounds on any weapon in PvP. I know in PvE you can see kind of a noticeable difference in your weapon when using high caliber rounds, but in PvP I do not see that big of a difference. Yes, it might give you just a tad bit more an impact, but it's just not enough to compensate for the lack of handling that you now have. I do have quick draw, which is not a bad perk. It's not exactly the perk I like to have on a shotgun. Quick draw is normally a perk I like on a fusion rifle, but this is okay, especially in those situations where you're backed up and you're using a scout rifle or a pulse rifle and you suddenly have to throw your shotgun out. It does a really good job of getting out and getting ready. Hand laid stock. This increases the stability but reduces the range, and guys, that's a killer right there. You really don't want to have this on your shotgun. Stability is not bad, but the thing about it is anything that actually hits at your range is no bueno, so just keep that in mind. Surrounded, this weapon gains bonus damage when 3 or more enemies are in close proximity. Again, not really a fan of these in PvP, simply because there's so many times that you don't really necessarily have 3 enemies around you, and if you do, well, yeah, I don't think you're gonna make it out of there. So anyways, I don't really like this. Now from a PvE standpoint, which I'm not showing any gameplay here, it does a really good job. Actually, I really like bringing it and taking it in to take down Taken. So surrounded perk and army of one actually does a really good job of dealing with ads and witches and whatever else in PvE. So but from a PvP standpoint, which is why we're here today, let's talk a little more detail on how this weapon did. So I played a lot of different game types with this weapon. I went into control, to rift, to salvage, to elimination, and I gotta say, it's a great looking weapon cosmetically. It's just not the kind of shotgun that I think I would load myself out with in PvP. In PvP, especially when you have shoddy versus shoddy, it really comes off to who can get the shot off first. at the kill range. You see where I'm coming from? So when you've got a weapon like, say, Party Crasher, who already comes with a base 23 range to begin with, and then you've got a gun such as this one that only comes with a base 11 range, even with the perks like Rifle Barrel, Rangefinder, you know, whatever, to actually boost a range field choke, it still would not match up to what Party Crasher is, or to the Morgue, or one of those weapons that already comes with a base stats that are higher in the range area. And that's what you want to look for, because in a lot of situations you normally use a shotgun because somebody on the other team is using a shotgun, and that's normally how it goes. So you go into a match, you don't really, you know, you'd like to just use other weapons, but what happens is you got somebody shoving a shotgun down your throat. You got to get out something that can put them down faster, something that can put them down just as hard as that shotty. This was not the weapon that I felt like could do that for me. It is a high rate of fire shotgun, and I know some people like those high rate of fire shotguns. I don't, because the thing about it is I can close the gap between an enemy and me really quickly, so I don't need a high rate of fire. I just have to get just a little close enough to put him down, and normally Party Crash or To the Morgue, man, they can do that really easily. So this weapon is just not the weapon for me as far as PvP goes. Now, is it a weapon that I think you should probably get? Yeah, because I mean, just like every exotic weapon out there, this is the Taken shotgun, and so the cosmetics look to it, and the fact that it can do pretty well in PvE as well. I don't know if any of you actually use shotties in PvE, but I actually do every now and then, and this does a really good job. Like I said, it does a good job of putting down those witches, and it's just one of those collector pieces that you should get. And so if you're doing the Nightfall, man, might as well just grind out an extra Nightfall too. I promise you, the drop is not hard, as in within every Nightfall that I did, somebody on my team got it, and I finally got it on my third try. So it's not that hard to get, it's not a huge grind, so it won't actually take you long to actually get this guy. So alright guys, well, thanks for coming and watching. I hope y'all like this weapon review. I just went in and put it out. I know it's already been out for a while, but I wanted to go ahead and just put this out, especially since the Nightfall's here this week. So guys, I hope y'all get the drop, and yeah, let me know in the comments below what kind of perks you got on your gun, how it's working for you. Alright fellas, I'll catch y'all later.